Just a quick disclaimer, this is my official logo for Stellar Dwarf, but I will still keep my current intro for my videos. Hey my dwarfs, welcome back to my channel. This is the part 2 of the part 2 series of drawing a Starry Night. I know part 2 is a little bit late, but I hope you'll enjoy, so let's get started. So first I have turned off all the previous layers on which I have drawn the house in my previous video. If you haven't watched it, you can go back and watch it. But for now we're working on a blank canvas using the same color palette that I used last time and laying down the basic pastel colors. Later on in the video you'll see I have changed the colors. Throughout the video, I'll be posting how many brushes I've used, what steps I've used, and how to create a layer mask, and I will link everything down in my description box below. Here for the clouds, I'm going in a very simple technique. I'm going in with a basic rough-ended layer of basic shape, and then on top I'm using layer masks to create a more rough textured look this time instead of a very blended look. So here's where you will see that I'm changing colors of the background, as I have said before, because I like to experiment with things as I go. I'm not a pre-planner, I like to create and make things as I go along. So here I'm choosing to use a very deep navy blue. Here's a brush that you haven't seen from my 2 previous videos. This is a special effects brush that comes with the software. It's a splatter brush. You can adjust the opacity, the cluster, the thickness, and the spread of the brush. And I'm using it in the color white to create some starry effect. So here I created a new layer and adjusted to color dodge and just gave it a nice dark rich blue and purplish sheen to it. I'm creating grass and plants. This is not a regular brush, this is a wet brush, and you can create different textures using the same brush. This is very nice because you don't have to draw each and every little detail by hand. You can just create a preset brush and just use that brush to create a bigger mass area. I'm usually not a very planned person when it comes to my drawings, my illustrations, but one thing that I really appreciate is choosing and picking a correct color palette or color tone for my drawing. Picking a color palette is very important because it sets the mood, it sets the tone of your drawing, and everything that you draw within that, your background, your foreground, your objects, your subjects, they will be very cohesive and they will have the same tones that you decided early on. So now I'm creating trees using the pen tool in the color navy blue that I picked from my color palette. Since my overall palette is very cool toned this time, so I'm using a cool toned light to reflect off my trees and everywhere else. Video, I will also post hotkeys of shifting through my different tools that will help you maximize your time and make your project more efficient. So here I am changing the background color once more, and I'm using colors outside my color palette. This is where you can make an exception and you can see what colors you can add that can still be a part of your overall tone. And here I'm using a saturated orange and pink to give it a nice sunset look, but staying in with a nighttime theme. So here is the end of my 2-part series. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like it, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. There are more projects coming up on my channel. Those will be speed drawing instead of a voiceover, so stay tuned and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!